What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Big win for the boys, 119 and 110. A revenge game. This felt like this game was being played in the cage down there in downtown in the city, man. That's what this felt like. This was a New York City basketball game, summertime tournament game. Whatever your tournament is, whatever borough you're from, you know what I'm talking about. That's what it felt like tonight was. This Drover, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Rondo, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for them boys. 119, 110. The captain, Jalen Brunson, 34 points, 6 assists. Orlando C, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 119 and 110. Mikal Bridges, 26 points. Yeah, this felt like a New York City summertime classic, man. Once again, whatever borough you're from, you know the tournaments. You know the tournaments. For me, I'm uptown, man. So you know that's Dykeman. Of course, the Rucker. He from the BX, you know what I'm talking about? We hoops in the sun out there, Orchard Beach. Downtown Manhattan, it's the cage. That's what this game felt like. That's what this game felt like. And I felt like the Knicks were able to outmuscle the Atlanta Hawks today, man. All in all, great game. But to me, spearheaded by the captain. Spearheaded by the captain. Listen, he hears it. Tim, what's going on, man? Appreciate you, Timmy. Fight on, man, from the East Coast, man. What's going on, Tim? Hope all is well. Please, everybody, if you're into college football, please go sign up for my man, Tim Pringley. USC channel. But they also do talk about other college football things as well. They're very much in the loop with everything. So please go through and subscribe to them dudes, man. Those guys are legit, man. They really have great content, man. So go over and check those guys out. Tim, I appreciate you coming through rocking with me, man. It's truly appreciated, Tim. Oh, Tim, also too, Tim, really quick, man. I hope you're okay on the West Coast, man. I haven't had a chance to speak to you. I apologize. I'm kind of sick, Tim, but I hope you're okay, man. I hope you're okay. Trust me, you're in my thoughts, you're in my prayers. Plus, I got, friends and family out there. Seriously, Tim, I was thinking about you, man. A lot of people out there, man. So I hope you're okay out there and stuff like that. So, but we're good at it. Yeah, man. I appreciate that too. I'm glad to hear that. So yeah, man. Listen, fabulous win for them boys. And like I said, spearheaded by Brunson. Brunson is the key, right? All the talks was out there. Everyone heard it. Dyson Daniels locked down Brunson. Brunson can't do anything. Dyson Daniels has got his number. Dyson Daniels, Dyson, whatever. Brunson, you think Brunson didn't hear that, man? And guys, remember, I was upset the first time they played because the second time they played in in-season tournament. And I said, listen, man, Brunson can't allow this kid to get him out of his game like that. He can't allow that. Because now everyone out there is saying that this kid can lock you down and all this other stuff. You can't score on this kid. Everyone was saying that. Remember, everybody was talking, chirping. You think Brunson didn't hear that, man? You think he didn't hear that? You think he didn't identify that? Big time game for the captain. 34.6 assists, 12 for 18 from the field, and fouled Dyson Daniels out. He sent a clear message. Unless, like I told you guys, it doesn't matter how well defense he plays. The best offensive players know how to pivot on everything. They have a move for another move for another move. Whatever you decide to do defensively, you can't stop these guys. Eric Green, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, man. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me, sir, and my crew. And that's the greatness of these offensive wizards, man. That's what I call them. Because they're just so great. You can't really stop those guys, man. You really can't. So that was my frustration with the whole Brunson piece when they played them last time. And the whole Dyson Daniels and let's be clear, because I don't want to diminish Dyson Daniels and how good of a defensive player he is. But come on, man. He's on the rise as a good defensive player. I get it. But to sit here and say that he had Brunson on clamps and Brunson can't do nothing with him. Stop it. And Brunson proved it tonight. Trust me, these guys hear us. They hear us. They come down to the LV Live show. They know what's going on. They hear it. he sent a clear message. 34 big points for the captain. Let's go to the highlights, people. Great game for them boys. Great game for them boys. Great game for them boys, man. And I think in situations like this is what has to happen to a really good team like this, man. You gotta give the Hawks their credit. They're a really great team, right? They've been knocking off the top dogs, right? You know, as they talked about in the telecast, and I said it yesterday. Jay Supreme, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 119 to 110. Mikal Bridges, 26 points. The Hawks right now with this loss that they had against us, against the top teams in the East, they're 6-2. Now 4-1 on the road, but they were 4-0 on the road. 4-0. So they're legit, man. They're legit. You can't dismiss them and act like they're not really a threat, because they are. They're a very, very dangerous team. They have a lot of big wings. Of course, with Dyson Daniels and, of course, Trae Young, we know who he is. Jalen Johnson. So DeAndre Hunter once again came off the bench and lit it up, right? So they got a lot of big bodies out there. Kongu, and, of course, Clint Capella's still there. Bogdanovich, he's still there coming off the bench, lighting it up, right? So they got a lot of players, man. And so the Knicks got to make adjustments. And I thought that they played really, really well tonight, led by the captain. But I think another person that played huge was Mikal Bridges. And what really won us this game was that third quarter. We won that quarter 40-27. And it was big because Mikal Bridges scored 14 of his 26 in that third quarter. And I thought that was huge. That was huge. The way we started off, because we were down 8, guys. Remember that. We were down 8 going into the half. So the way we started off that third quarter was big. And we pretty much took the lead from there, and we never looked back. But that was a great contribution, just great effort in that third quarter. And so you gotta love it, man. And Bridges is really starting to come around. I thought he played extremely, extremely well against Trae Young. Trae Young's gonna get his. We know that. But Bridges kind of put him in clamps quite a few times tonight. Forced Trae Young into some really bad decisions, which I thought was big for our pretty much, help catapulted us to a win today. And so I think the more Bridges kind of figures that out, how to use his energy on both ends, because guys, he only played 27 minutes tonight, which I thought was fabulous. So as long as he's able to figure that out, like, okay, how do I conserve energy? The things that I need to do, I think was huge, right? But I think we really have to start looking for him to be a lot more aggressive offensively. Find those mismatches for him, and I thought they did that today, and that was big for us because now it doesn't lean on Brunson, it doesn't lean on Cat. I thought Cat was solid too. I just thought that he's still coming back from that thumb sprain, so I thought he came up with some big plays too. But I think that when that's happening, you really need to lean onto Bridges because he's the only one that can really create his own shot. I mean, Josh Hart does what he does, but I mean, as far as in the post, the fall away, cutting, all those different things that Mikal Bridges can do, we really, really have to really start looking for him as the third option. And I mean, it's like we have situations to where, okay, we're featuring him going forward. Like, you got to have that in certain parts of the game because he's too good offensively to not make sure that he's getting up shots. We've seen this already this year, from the Christmas Day game to a couple of other games, to where, when he's shooting well, we're really, really tough to beat. Really, really tough to beat because then you have to worry about him. You still forget about Towns. And then sometimes you forget about Brunson, which you never do. But you know what I mean? Like, he starts cooking, you forget about the top dogs because now he's a lot to deal with. And so that really opens up our offense to that 5-out spread that we like. And then that leaves the back cuts. It leaves all those different things open. And then also, too, it also leaves it open also, too, for Josh Hart to be Josh Hart, right, going coast to coast. Corey Lindsey, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 119 to 110. The captain, 34 points, 6 assists. Guys, also, too, man, let's we've been hard on Tibbs. We have been. But trust me, he hears it, man. They try to deny it like they don't hear these things. They're telling stories. They're telling stories. He went 9 deep tonight. Deuce played 20. Shamet played 10. Precious played 17 minutes. And Cam Payne played 12 minutes tonight. I thought, once again, another great game from Cam Payne. Listen, man, look, I mean, I don't think it's hard. Like, it's simple, right? This is all we've been saying as fans. Like, you got to play these guys. You may not want to. You may want to play certain guys like 80 minutes a night, right? But the way the season is going and the fact that, like I stated, we have the toughest schedule in the league, you're going to have to play these guys. You're going to have to. And so I think that, he's starting to figure it out and starting to realize it. Big Task. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. Tonight, big win for the boys, 119 to 110. Mikal Bridges, 26 big points. Oh, yes, Big Task. How could I forget? Happy MLK Day to everybody. Happy MLK, man. So, guys, let's take a look at the stats right here. Take a look at this here. So, the Knicks shot 52% from the field. The Hawks, 47%. Look, we didn't shoot that well from three. 9 for 26. They shot 13 for 30. Free throws, 16 for 21. They shot 17 for 22. Look at the turnovers. 24 points. We forced 24 turnovers tonight. They forced 16 points off for turnovers. Take a look at that. That's extra 10 points. That's the ball game. We won 119 and 110. 29 points over turnovers to their 19. That's the ball game right there. Right there. I think Trae Young had 9 of them things too. He had like 8 or 9 of them turnovers. So that's big. That's big because, if you're able to, take advantage of that and able to turn those turnovers into points, to me, that's the ball game. Look at that. We won by 10, basically. And then also, too, once another game again where we're over 30 assists, right? So 31 assists. Look at those stats, guys. And once again, I don't think those stats don't really tell you like the really true breakdown of the game. But I thought all in all, the Knicks played really, really hard tonight. Really, really hard. I think they wanted it. I think they did. Trust me, they may try to make it seem like they didn't really remember the whole dice incident. They definitely did. They definitely did. It was definitely in the air. They definitely know that. And I thought that they really got after it tonight. And I thought defensively, they really got after it as well. What do you guys think about Precious, man? I thought Precious played amazing tonight, man, coming off the bench. He only played 17 minutes. But I thought he was active. Really active from Precious tonight. Super active, getting in there, battling. I love the lineup where they have Towns in there with Precious because now it puts Precious in his true position at the 4. What I would like to see it to where he puts Towns on the bench, keeps Precious at the 4, and puts Okaporte at that 5. Put Okaporte at that 5. But see, here's the problem. He's going to have to keep – but see, with that, he's going to probably have to keep Mikal Bridges in there. He's going to have to keep Mikal Bridges in there, and he's going to probably have to keep Brunson in there. And maybe put Deuce at the 2. And the reason why I say that is because you got to make sure you got offensive punch still in that lineup for, when you're going like defensive heavy like that. Because Okaporte is not going to – he can score, but he's not going to really be that big of a threat that Towns is. But if Towns is in foul trouble or whatever, I would like to see a matchup like that. Like we're playing Brooklyn soon. Next game soon. Next game we're playing Brooklyn, right? And after that, I think we have 3 days off until we see Kings on Saturday. I really, really would like for him to use that lineup. I think Okaporte can give us a lot. And the reason why I'm saying that, because I really, really like Precious at the 4. I think he's active there. Gets loose balls, gets steals. He cuts the lane really, really, really well. I think he finishes really strong. Towns made a great pass to him baseline. He went baseline and finished strong at that rim. I really like what he brings at that 4 spot. So I really would like for that to be considered. And the reason why I say that is because, I don't know what's going on with Towns and his finger thing, and I hope he's okay. But just in case, you want to make sure you got a legit big. And I think that's a big importance of Mitch coming back too. But I think that I just think Precious is more better for us and more suited playing the 4. He could play the 5, but he's just not big enough, man. You see, Clint Capella and Okongwu was having their way with him at times. So, and it's not that he can't. It's just that he's better playing the 4, man. He's better playing the 4. Now, he can come down there and bang a little bit with them, yeah. But you don't want him checking them 24/7 because that's where we kind of get killed on the glass because they push him right out the paint. And so I think that's something we got to really kind of look at, man. Really, of course, us, but like Tibbs and those guys, man, because I really like that. And I don't know why he won't give Akaporti a chance. I think he should consider it. Now, granted, beggars can't be choosers, right? Tibbs went 4 deep, and all those guys played over 10 minutes, right? The lowest being 10, which was in Shamet. I thought Shamet gave great minutes also. So that, I get it, right? We got to be happy with that. Tibbs went 9 deep. Cool. But that's the only little, wrinkle I would do. A lot of people want Dadier, man. A lot of people want Dadier in there, really, because he's big, he's young. They want to see him go out there playing. And to me, I agree with it. But, we got to be happy with what Tibbs is giving us, right? The little crumbs he gives us. But I thought those guys played great, given the opportunities and given the minutes that they had, man. I thought that they really did. I think Campaign is continuing to play extremely well. Extremely well. Played 12 minutes tonight. I think that's really good. Really good. And I think that's how it should be with all those guys. Like even Precious, he played 17 minutes tonight. I think that's perfect. That's perfect. Campaign should be right in that 15-minute range. I think Shamet should be right there in that 10 to 12-minute range. Deuce, would he play 20 minutes? I think that's perfect. Right? So once again, I think that's all fans are saying. Because we don't want to see those guys just looking run down. Right? And I think that tonight, you gave those other guys opportunity, and they didn't really skip a beat. And believe it or not, they were a big part of why we played really well in that second quarter. Because I think the second quarter, we kind of helped out. It all changed when the starters came back in. But I thought that second quarter, we played really well also, too. Towards the end, we didn't end the quarter well, and that's why we kind of were down 8. But all, I think that second unit, man, really, really giving a spark. Campaign, especially, of course, Deuce, we know what he can do. But Shamet and, of course, Precious, man, I think that we got to continue to keep those rotations going. I think we have to going forward. All right, guys, let's hear from the captain, man. Let's see what the captain has to say.
If you don't want him to do that, win the game. Was there extra motivation today to do that?
To be honest, whenever we play in front of this crowd, there's no extra motivation. This is the best place to play, regardless of what happens. We don't need extra motivation.
Well, defense was certainly part of the deal tonight. 29 points and 24 turnovers. The last time I checked, that number might be different, but still a huge part of this win. How important is the defense to your success?
It's big time. And whenever we play defense like that, our offense is going to be there. So we got to keep focusing on that. But besides that, besides the way we played and how we stuck together.
What does it mean for you to play on this day, Martin Luther King Day here at Madison Square Garden? It's an annual tradition.
It means the world. What he did paved the way for a lot of Americans, and people across the world. It's unheard of. So just very thankful for him.
Right, thanks very much, Jalen. 34.6 assists.
There's the captain. Hey, man, I said it before, right? People were complaining about the whole Dice thing and him playing CeeLo on the court. I thought it was funny. My thing is, and Jalen Brunson said the same thing I said. You don't want him to roll dice on your court, you got to beat him. You got to send a message, and that's what you do tonight. He wasn't playing no CeeLo tonight, right? Mikal Bridges had him in handcuffs. So what I'm saying is that's what you do with stuff like that. You take that as motivation, you beat him on your home court, and that's it. This is simple, man. It's not really hard. And I think that Brunson's approach was perfect because that's how I feel. I felt the same way. And so I think that, this is what you do with teams like this, man. You don't really kind of worry about stuff like that. You just go and beat them, man. You just go and beat them. And I thought that's what the Knicks did today. But I think it was just led by the captain, man. That's really it. You know what I mean? Other guys played well, of course, Bridges, but it was led by this guy, man. He took that matchup with Daniels personally. He did. And I think he pretty much sent a clear message to that kid by fouling him out and all that other stuff. You saw after he fouled out, he held up 6 in the air to clapping to the crowd and everything like that. Kind of let it be known, like, listen, man, I'm tired of this kid. And everybody was chirping. Everybody was chirping that night. Listen, everybody's chirping tonight. Everybody was beefing. Trae Young talking trash to Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges talking trash back. That's how it should be, man. That's how it should be. And I think that when you have a competitive tension, right? I'll say that competitive tension. It's good because you're competitive, but there's issues there. It's not just like, I'm really going to be, I'm being competitive because I feel like these guys are my rivals and blah, blah, blah. No. There's tension there. There is. Because then that's when guys start chirping. Guys start pushing. Guys start hacking. People running their mouth. People getting texts. Cat got a tech tonight. Cat never gets a tech. Right? So everybody was pretty much just really emotional tonight because the Knicks really wanted this win. Really, really wanted this win. And I thought that this was spearheaded by this guy, man. That guy right there. And that's why he's the man. That's why he's the man. That's why you listen. Look, I get it, right? Everyone loves Cat. And I'm a big Cat guy. But this dude right here, we go as he goes, man. We go as he goes. He's good now, but he's better in April and May, man. He's better then. And you saw it tonight. He was doing his moves, man. He was doing his patented moves, just fall away. They can't do nothing with that, man. Can't do nothing with that. Again, and one's going to the rack, getting dudes into foul trouble. This is what he does, man. This is what he does. He's too crafty. Vintage Brunson night tonight, man. Vintage Brunson. Also, two guys, what do you think about Josh Hart, man? That's Josh Hart played another great game for him. Go through his stat line. Josh Hart, I thought, was exceptional. Go through Josh Hart's numbers. I apologize here. Kind of late, man. I kind of just bring it up here. Josh Hart had 14 points, man. 14 points, 9 boards, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Once again with him, right? Here's the beauty with Josh Hart. The beauty with him is that when the ball is loose, he's going to come up with it. He's going to come up with it. This is the perfect game for him. This is the way this game was played, the Josh Hart game. Excuse me, guys. I apologize. Tonight was a Josh Hart game. And for me, I don't mind games like this because I know we got the perfect dog for it. We got the perfect dog for it. He licks his chops at stuff like this. Well, go on, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 119 to 110. The captain, 34 points, 6 assists. So Josh Hart came up with big plays. Loose balls, pushing it down, making good passes. It was one play right before the first half, right before the first half ended. He got that rebound, pushed it coast to coast, vintage Josh Hart finishing at that Baja. Then there was another one where Cat had a offensive rebound or something like that, and Josh Hart cut backwards. He gave it to Josh Hart. Josh Hart did a pump fake, went underneath the rim, finished it strong at the rim. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. And I thought it was just Josh Hart being Josh Hart, man. And it's those moments with him that kind of make it very, very I'm trying to find the right word to say it. It just makes it easy that you're rooting for him and he's with us, man. Excuse me one second. Oh man, LV's still kind of shaking this thing here. But it's good that he's with us, man. Because I know, we going into a dogfight, man. I know he's front and center, wanting all smoke, and you gotta love that with him because now you know that when it gets hot in them trenches, man, he's ready to go, man. He's ready to go, and that's the beauty of him, man. That's the beauty of him, and every time he's out there, man, you just gotta love it because you know the intensity he's gonna bring. You know all the things that he does. He gives it his all every night. And there was a couple times down there, got a little hairy down there in that Baja. Guys are hacking, guys are stripping balls, guys are just doing all types of things. And here he is, kid coming out of all the freckles, getting the ball, getting the loose ball, pushing it up the court. That's the beauty of him. They gave Brunson that beautiful bounce pass. He missed the layup. Here he comes tipping it back in. He's always in it, always in the mix. Gotta love it, man. You gotta love it with him. You gotta love what he does. You gotta love what he brings, what he produces, in all aspects, man. And I think that the more he does that, the more he plays that way, it just makes it so much easier for us because we know we're always going to be in the game because he's always going to give his all. He's always going to make it to where, he gets the loose ball, just in all aspects. And so that's the beauty of him, man. And so you got to just love what he does. Hey, what you guys think about Cat tonight, man? Thought Cat was okay. Thought Cat played well. You could tell that he's still kind of dealing with that thumb issue. I pray it's not that bad, man. I pray it's not a situation where he's going to have to miss a couple of weeks. He might have to go underneath the knife or something like that. So I pray that doesn't happen with Cat. But I thought his numbers were solid. He was 13 tonight, 9 rebounds, 7 assists for the big cat, and 1 block. At that top of the key, man, he's dangerous because he can shoot the 3 or he hits dudes beautifully on them cuts. He's like, because you can see over everybody. Remember, guys, he's the biggest guy out there. I know sometimes he may not play like, but he's the biggest guy out there. There's no one on the Hawks that's 7 feet. Clint Capella, I believe, is 6'10", 6'11", maybe. And the Congo was like 6'9". He don't have nobody over 7 feet. So Cat looks right over them dudes and it's just dropping dimes left and right. And so I thought that he came up with great passes, great rebounds when we needed it, but also, too, which I thought was a dagger, was that 3 that he hit in the corner. You know what I mean? And so we got to kind of see, you know what I mean, exactly how he's going to look, going forward with this thumb. But I thought he was solid again today. Look at this Rover said right here. He said, I'm not going to lie. I'd rather Cat get surgery for that fracture. Otherwise, the only chip we'll see is in the next 3 years. Hold up. This Grover, man, he's got a fracture? They said that? I didn't hear that. Where they said that at, this Grover? I'm going to check it out. Vibes, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. Great win from the boys, 119 and 110. Mikal Bridges, 26 points, 4 assists. Did they say that, big this Grover? Does he have a fractured thumb? Or is it just a sprain? If it was a fracture, he'd probably have like a little air cast on that, man. A bone chip. That don't sound good, man. That don't sound good. That don't sound good. I'm being honest, that doesn't sound good. Because with a bone chip, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you got to be careful with that. Because remember what happened to OG Anunoby, right? They had to go there and clean up them fragments. You know what I'm saying? Because them joints could float around. If it's a bone chip, you know what I mean? You got to go and you got to clean that out. That's not good. That's not good. You got to be careful with that. Now, of course, there's doctors, they know more than me. But my thing is, bone chips, you got to be careful because that's what happened to OG Anunoby. He had a bone chip in his elbow, and they had to go in there and clean it out and get the bone fragments out of his elbow. So that's why he was out for so long last year. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the whole dynamic is. Vibes says day-to-day for the rest of the season. Oh, man, see? See what I'm saying, Vibes? They say day-to-day. That's not good. But I was about to say we got the All-Star break coming up. But yeah, he going to go to the All-Star game. But I would use that time to get that shit checked out. Disc Rover said bone chip is a fracture. Now you're right. Disc Rover, you're not wrong. I doubt it was a clean break off. Nah, it's not that's a break. For a fracture is a crack. That's a fracture, which is a bone chip. Same thing, however you want to call it, right? We're not doctors, but it's all the same, man. Come on, man. If you went to school, you went to school. We know what time it is. Big Chaz said they said the doctor said surgery is not necessary and he can play through it. See, that's pain tolerance. That's pain tolerance. See, that's dangerous though, man, because he could hurt it again. Yeah, vibes and semantics. Yeah, man, agreed, man. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm not really too crazy about that. But see, once again, guys, right? This is what I mean. This is what I mean, right? Even though they're saying like surgery's not, how much money you want to bet when the season's over? What is he going to do? He's going to go get surgery. He's going to get surgery to tighten it up, right? He's going to do that. So what I'm saying is, but this is the important point, right? This is why I said, and I've been saying it, that you got to make sure you got guys like Akaporte and his dudes ready to go, because then you could put them in that situation and say, yo, Cat, sit down for a couple weeks. Because you trust in these guys you developed, but now you need them so bad because you ain't developed these guys. Now you have no big, and we don't know what's going on with Mitch. Earl Gavis, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 119 to 110. Mikal Bridges, 26 points. Like, you understand what I'm saying, guys? Like, this is why. Like, so now Cat's got to play through this. Because if he's not there, they don't have no backup plan. But why don't they have a backup plan? Why not? Why not try to develop Akaporte just in case? Perfect example. Let's say Towns does get the surgery, right? He gets it cleaned up. What if they say, all right, cool, he'll be back in 4 weeks? We can say, all right, cool, Akaporte, you can hold down the fort for us until Towns gets back. And then we could throw Sims in there or whatever. Right? Hold it down. But the problem is you can't do that because these other guys weren't developed. Who does that fall on? The head coach. It falls on him. See, this is the frustration with this guy, because it's like he doesn't think long term. Like, he just thinks like day by day. Like not that these guys can't get injured. Like, these guys are robots. That's how I know, like, Tibbs, like, he's not on this planet sometimes. Like, now he's changing up things. Now he's changing up the lineup. So stuff. You know why? Because he is the chirping, man. He is the chirping. He probably saw the thing that Paul Pearson on them cats put out. He's probably saw that. They had to come to a moment and say, yo, nah, let me start playing guys. Because he knows he don't get this right, he gonna get fired, man. He's not slow. This guy is really smart, man. So I'm sure he could read between the tea leaves. Like, he's not, come on, man. He knows what time it is. So I don't know, like, what, this is kind of ill to be playing with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got it just is. It's really ill. And I think you got to be careful here because this is your all-star center. He started an all-star game. He's the best big in the East. He's averaging 25 and 14. He's a monster. Why not sit him? Let him get the surgery and play someone else. You know why that can't happen? Because you didn't develop anybody else. You thought that you could hold on until Mitch came back, not being smart enough to say, yo, let me not develop one. Let's develop a couple of these other guys just in case Mitch isn't ready, or not for nothing, Carl goes down with an injury. Do we have a backup plan for the backup plan? If the answer is no, then my man, you're not a good planner. And so that's the frustrating, because this fracture is not anything to play around with. It's just not. Jay Supreme said these Tibbs ain't playing these rookies, man, unless there's injuries in the rotation. And that right there, Jason Supreme, is asinine. That right there is asinine. Because it shouldn't take for them dudes. So, because then, Jay Supreme, you throw those guys to the fire like that, they're gonna play like straight dog. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna play bad. And then everyone's going to be saying, like, oh, these kids are terrible. That's not fair to the kids, because you never even gave them a chance to even get their legs wet. You know what I'm saying? To be able to get used to the game and know how to play the game, meaning the speed of the game and everything like that for the league, to get their confidence up. And that falls on him. So I'm being honest, great win tonight, but I didn't know that was going on. I didn't know he had that fracture in his thumb. That's not good. That's not good at all. Vob says, even when we play teams like Brooklyn and the Pels, our rookies should get more. Of course, man. They should get some burn. They should get a lot of burn. A lot of burn. You know what I'm saying? That's where they got to earn it, man. That's where they got to earn that confidence, those minutes, man. These guys be playing every game like it's the finals, man. It can't be that way, man. It can't be that way in an 82-game season. That's how Tibbs is, man. You can't. That doesn't work like that. Hey, Coach, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for them boys, 119-110. Mikal Bridges, 26 points. Hey, Coach, man, we're talking right now. I know Cat had a fractured thumb, man. I ain't know that, man. Hey, Coach, I wouldn't play him, man. I would have him go get that fixed ASAP. I would not play him, man. I don't care what the doctor say. I'm like, yo, how if you go in there and fix it now, how long we got to wait for him to come back? If they say 4 to 6, I'm like, all right, let's do it. And that's when I'm like, all right, Acapulco, let's go, man. I'll have him start. I'll have Sims back him up. Or what about the young boy down there? What about the young boy, the young kid? He from the city. He went to Malloy. What's the kid? Moses Brown? He from the city, man. He went to Archbishop Malloy. He big too, right? What is like 7'1", 7'2"? What about him? See, I don't know like the whole like rule, like as far as like, bringing players up and, is he even considered like part of the Knicks, or is he just, you know what I'm saying? Like it's weird how they do it like with players. So I don't know if he's considered with the Knicks or players can come and pick him up. Because remember, he played for the Pacers this year, man. And then the Knicks picked him up on their G League squad. So is he considered part of that rotation, coming up for the Knicks? I'm not sure. Right? I don't know how that works, man. Bringing up guys from the G League and, if they're considered, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, you got a big down there. Why not sit Cat? But this is part of like developing guys. Like you get, like, you know what I mean? So it's just point of reference, man. Coach said it's weird that Matt Ryan's on the bench, but Pack. No, yo, Coach, man. Dottie A was there today, man. Dottie was on the bench today. I'm looking at the lineup right now, man. Dottie A was on the bench, man. He's the last man on the bench. Last man on the bench. Matt Ryan, Jacob Toppin, Jericho Sims, Acapulco, Tyler Kolek, and Dottie A is on the bench tonight. So he's up there. Yeah, see, look at my man Coach. There you go. So Brown isn't a two-way, so he can't be brought up. See what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Right? So that's what I'm saying. Coach said so they set McCullough down, right? So McCullough must be close. But then what does that mean for TJ Warren and Okike? I think them dudes can't be brought up to March or something like that. See, it's ill how they do this, like with the contract stuff like that. Because I like Okike. He's big. He's about 6'8". I think TJ Warren is what he is, right? But my thing is you could bring a guy like Okike because he defends. He's big. You can help him out with OG Anunoby's minutes. The coach says it all comes back to Matt Ryan. He shouldn't be here. See that? See that? Vibe says until March. Yeah, you can't bring. Yeah, if I'm correct, they can't bring up because they got. I think they got TJ Warren on Kike on like veteran minimums. So I think those guys, because they're not like rookies or like whatever, I think they're considered under the veteran. I forget what it was, man. I'm sorry. I don't want to mess up here. But if I'm correct, you cannot bring him or Kike up until March. Jay Supreme says, I think we'll see these guys more next season. But this year, their job is to play in the G League and learn how to play. Once they perform well in the G League, then Tibbs can try to 5 minutes. You listen, Jay Supreme, I agree, man. I agree. But the problem is, Jay Supreme, is that all that trust stuff and all that stuff that Tibbs be talking and all that Tibbs, whatever, viewpoint or blueprint or whatever, you're going to need these guys, Jay, right? You're going to need these guys, man. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the thing. Like, you don't have the luxury of saying, all right, I'm going to have to sit these guys. You don't have that because you don't have much of a bench. So you don't have much bread. So you can't go out and go get a guy off the bench like a Scoot Henderson that's struggling out there in Portland, or you know what I'm talking about, like anybody else out there. You don't have the bread for that. So what you have is what you have. And I think this is the team. I don't think we're getting anybody else. I think this is it. Vibes says no new players until March. That's what Vibes. I don't think they're making no more moves, man. I don't think they can afford to. I think they're going to look and see. But if they trade Sims, what they getting back? You see Precious. You see how Precious is playing, right? You guys want to trade Precious? I'm not trading Precious right now. Based on what he's providing, he's the best thing that's out there right now. For us, what he could provide. So you want to give him up for what? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, so this is what you got, man. That's why you got to develop these dudes. This is what you have. Let's hear from the coach, man. Let's see what the coach thought about tonight's game.
I thought the activity was really good, and I thought that allowed us to get some easy baskets in transition, which I thought was critical for us.
Tom, obviously, Jalen having the night that he had, was struggling against Atlanta the first two. Just what you see in the way he's reading Dyson and the switches and everything they were doing.
Yeah, just he's always going to come through. He's see you guys like sometimes he's going to miss shots. If they're good shots, and he misses, I just want him to keep shooting, take good shots. The game tells you what to do. So if you're open, you shoot. And if you're guarded well and there's two players on you, hit the open man. And then move without the ball. And so I thought, the third quarter, it was a 40-point quarter for us. And I think that was important. The overall activity was really good. I thought we had a number of deflections. And when we're active like that, good things will come from it.
Did you expect that, like coming out of halftime, did you expect that high energy? You guys came out 12-2, I think, to start.
Yeah, I actually thought we played a pretty good first half. I didn't like the way we closed the second quarter. And, I thought the hard part was, I thought we had a number of calls that didn't go our way. And so sometimes frustration can creep in, and you just got to play through that. And then once we got past that and we just played, I thought we were good.
Tom, can you talk about the Cal and the game he played? He didn't play that many minutes, but he really led your charge in the third quarter. He scored.
Yeah, and not only the scoring aspect of it, but to guard Trey, because he's such a tough cover, and there's a million pick and rolls that you have to defend, and sometimes you could defend him really well, and he can make. And so I thought he was really disciplined, and you have to be that. And he kept going. So I think that's important. Then him getting some easy baskets for us. I thought he ran the floor well. He got good post position, got some easy scores there. And so I think that was good. I thought the guys, were aware and they were searching it out. And Cat, I thought, made a number of good plays. He had a timely three. OG's defense was terrific. That their wings are real big as well. Like when Hunter and Johnson are out there together, you're concerned about those matchups. And then I thought Landry and Cam gave us good minutes off the bench, as did Precious. So that was good as well.
Tom, what does it mean to get a contribution from Cam the way he did, especially that 4-point play there in the fourth?
Yeah, and Cam plays with great energy all the time. So I think that was a big plus. I thought Landry getting in there and making some tough plays for us was good. They played well with each other. Deuce, that whole group played really well.
What was the key fourth quarter defense on Trey? I think it was only 1 for 8, 3 turnovers.
Yeah, and part is the same thing. Like we're talking about Jalen. Same thing with him. Sometimes he's going to shoot and he's going to miss. But I think everybody being tied together, you guys like that, you have to guard with your whole team. All five have to guard the ball, and so and again the way they run, they're athletic, and if you're not protecting the basket, and that oftentimes they get into that sudden pick and roll, and if you're not alert and aware, he's got space, and that's where he does a lot of damage. And I thought the body position, because he could draw fouls, was really good.
There was a moment there in that first quarter where McHale got the 24-second violation on Trey, and the whole guard went crazy. Just like, was this one of the stronger defensive performances that you've seen from him?
Yeah, and the thing that you appreciate about what he does is he does it every night. Yeah. And every night there's a tough cover. He doesn't run away from it. He embraces it. So that's what you need. OG, the same thing. Like, you can't say enough about what those guys do for the team. And so everyone's role is a little different, but all the roles are important. And so we need everyone to sacrifice and put the team first. Those guys make an extraordinary commitment to stop you, and they guard everybody. And you throw Josh in there as well. And Josh is, like some of those plays that, there's 4 or 5 people hanging around, and he's coming up with the ball. Whether it's a loose ball or a rebound in traffic, he finds a way to get to it. Yeah.
Well broken down by Tibbs. Chef NYK, man, appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, man. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew tonight. Big win for the boys, 119-110. The captain, 34.6 assists. Tibbs made a lot of great points, man. I mean, all in all, he talked about that second quarter, right? He talked about he didn't like how they ended there. But he also gave props, of course, to campaign and the bench and Precious and OG and all those guys. And, but he talked about Mikal Bridges, how well he played defensively. I thought he was exceptional tonight. Outside of the captain, I thought he played the best game. I thought that third quarter was the ball game. 40-27, we won. I thought that was spearheaded by him. And that in that part of the game, he spearheaded everything. And that's what really catapulted us to where we pretty much were able to win tonight. Right? I thought his defense on Trae Young was exceptional tonight. And I thought that he really took up the challenge of really stopping this kid, because we know how dangerous Trae Young can be. We know that. And I thought that Bridges took it upon himself to say, no. That's not happening tonight. And on top of that, I'm going to take advantage of him defensively. Offensively too. He was scorching that boy. Scorching him. You know what I mean? And that's what you got to do to me as a team also. You got to really play the matchups and pay attention to, hey, man, he's got a mismatch here. So let's use this, right? Let's not have Brunson just try to bleed Brunson. Like, he doesn't even need to be in that moment. You realize this kid has it going. He scored 14 in that third. Let's keep feeding him. And I thought that was big because, remember, the Knicks were down by 8. And they sliced that lead in half. Not even half, by I think they cut it to where it was like we were only down by 3. Right? So that to me was the ball game, because now we started getting momentum. Now they started making dumb passes. Like I said, Trae Young had how many turnovers he had? Let me just make sure I got the number right. He had like 8 turnovers, man. I'm bugging. Like I said, he had 9. He had 9 turnovers. 9. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that, that's – come on, man. You're the point guard. You can't have 9 turnovers. But he was making really dumb passes, but he's lazy with it, man. Lazy. And so I thought that was a big part of that is Bridges, right? So also, too, guys, the other thing, quick side note, man, I liked how the refs called the game tonight. Like, I didn't have any issue. I thought it was fair across the board. They let guys kind of bang a little bit. They kind of gave the superstar calls to the superstar. Cat wasn't getting those calls, but, Cat was shooting like left-handed tonight. You peeped that too? That's what I'm saying about this whole thumb thing. Like, if he's taking bad shots, then shoot left-handed. Excuse me. I don't like that. But I thought they let them play tonight, and I love that. I love that. But Tibbs made some great points, man. You got to give it to the coach. Made some great points, and I love the fact that he did play some guys tonight, and we're able to kind of, that really helped us tonight. Big time. And hey, listen, man, look, we get on Tibbs all the time. We got to give him props when he did something right, and I thought that him playing those guys off the bench really helped propel us. So okay. Chef NYK said, we will make a trade if it's possible. Rose wants. Also, you got to remember, CAA these agents, CAA have players that they want to get to the Knicks. Agreed. But here's the thing, Chef, right? That's all valid. And I love that. I love that point. But how expensive are these guys, man? How expensive are these guys? That's the thing. The price is still a price, man. You know what I mean? And our bread is looking not looking right now. At all. And so, yeah, the CAA guys, man, but can we afford those guys? That's my only question with that. Vibes said, nah, them reps were bad tonight, LV. Nah, Vibes, let me tell you why I didn't mind it. They let a lot of things rock, Vibes. A lot of things rock. We was hacking a lot, and they were letting it rock. A couple of times, I remember Jalen Johnson went baseline. He went to the try to make a basket, and Brunson Street bumped him and gave him like a hip check out of Browns. He looked at the ref like, yo, come on. He's pushing me in my back. And he did, but they let it rock. Same thing on the other end. They was hacking away at the Knicks, and Knicks couldn't finish at the rim. Towns getting hacked. They ain't give him nothing. And see, to me, I don't got a problem with that, Vibes, because I'm saying to myself, yo, if that's how it's called tonight, then let it rock on both ends, and they let it rock on both ends. See what I'm saying, Vibes? So my thing is like, I'm cool with it. This Grover said, nah, ATL. Atlanta have 17 free throws to R2 going into the third. Yeah, listen, man, look. It's ill. I didn't really think. Oh, hold up. No. Vibes. Valid point here. I thought she was out of control. Like even that campaign joint, that was crazy. I didn't think that was a good tech. I didn't like the tech they had on Cat. I thought that was nonsense. Right? So she was kind of out of control. Vibes, I will say that to you. There was a couple of times tonight on both ends, Vibes, I was like, she bugging out. She don't know what she's doing. So I will give you that, Vibes. But all in all, I felt tonight, guys, tell me if I'm wrong or not, but didn't tonight feel like a playoff game? It was like a playoff atmosphere, right? Guys, tell me if I'm right or wrong. Tonight felt like a playoff atmosphere game. Didn't it? They let a lot of things go. Some things they didn't. But they let them rock, man. And I love games like that, man, because they didn't come in messing with stuff. You got to finish, man. You got to finish at that rim. A couple of times, Jalen Johnson, he's missing layups. The refs wasn't giving him. They're not gonna give it to him, man. Even Trae Young, right? Trae Young, he tried to step back, shimmy, and do that other stuff on Cat. He tried to jump into Cat. They ain't give it to him. They ain't give him that. And I love that. Like let them ball, man. Let them play. Don't give them nothing. And here's the thing. Don't give us nothing either. We don't need it. Because we got a guy like Josh Hart that loves stuff like that. He loves chaos. You let him run around and just like the Tasmanian devil and mess things up. That's his type of game. And it's the law of attrition, man. It's the law of attrition. This rumor says, I don't know about that, LV. Listen, man, listen. My thing is this. Everybody was complaining about the refs tonight, right? On both ends. So to me, it was the same whistle on both ends. Like, it would be totally different if game was one-sided. It wasn't that. They were making bogus calls on both ends. But there were also times in the beginning game, guys, they were letting things rock. So for me, I love it like that because it's a balance. It's not like it's a one-sided refs were on one side. No, they were down the middle. And to me, I love that. Because now, as a player, I know what it's going to be. Sometimes we're going to get called, sometimes we're not. But they're going to allow you to kind of hack a little bit and reach in and get, loose balls and whatever. It's because now it's the law of attrition. Who wants it? And I felt we wanted it more tonight. And also, too, guys, I love it because you got to learn how to win games like this because this is how the playoffs are going to be, man. This is how the playoffs are going to be. Games like tonight. This is how the playoffs are going to be. And so you got to learn how to win games like this, man. You got to learn how to win games like this. You got to knock down your free throws. Because, guys, we were 9 for 39 from 3 tonight, man. We didn't shoot the 3 at all. 9 for 39. So, but I honestly think a big part of tonight was the bench. I thought it was the bench. I thought it was Campaign's production. I thought it was Deuce's production. Shamit's production. Of course, Precious. I thought that was big for us tonight. Huge. Guys, Precious had 2 points tonight, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Campaign had 10 off the bench. Deuce had 9. Shamit had 3. Right? So I thought, oh no, like I love that effort, man. I love that. And so I think with things like that, you got to say, okay, cool. We were able to do that because, oh no, what's the number? That's 5, 10. What is that? 15, 10. What is that? 24 points for the bench tonight. I thought that's solid, man. I thought that was solid. Vibes said 9-man rotation. What? Listen, Vibes. I want a 10-man rotation. I want a 10-man. I love Akaporte, man. I love Akaporte. And I think you got to give him more minutes, man. More minutes. I think that's got to happen. That's got to happen. Every time the kids went out there and played, I didn't see I didn't see exactly where he's played bad, man. At all. I just haven't seen it. I haven't seen one game where he's coming and played bad. Look at my man Dick Grover right here. Example: Huck played 30 minutes within the Nets' first game and did very well as a rookie. Agreed. My man Dick Grover. And Huck even got the game-winning rebound at the end there, which a lot of people don't recognize. There you go, man. You know what I'm saying? So, the reason why, guys, I like him because of the size, man. Size. That's why. BQ from BK, man. Salute, LV. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with me and my crew tonight, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. Big win for the boys, 119 and 110. Vibes says you push it now, LV. Yo, LV. Vibes, listen. What I'm saying is that the reason why I want to go 10 Vibes is because I like the size of Akaporte, man. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like Vibes, I really want to see Akaporte out there with Precious. That's what I want to see. I want to see those two out there with Bridges at the 3, Deuce at the 2, Brunson at the 1. That's what I want to see. I want to see how he plays down there on them against them second units, how he defends, because he's a great defender. He blocks a lot of shots, and he's big. How big is Akaporte, man? I think he's 7 feet. How big is Akaporte, man? He's 6'11", man. He's 6'11". He's huge. He's huge. Vob say, I agree with you, remember, Tibbs not doing that. Listen, I know, but what I'm saying is, to me, that's big because you can't coach size. So my thing is that if you have Hakaporti out there with Precious, you get to see like what the impact can do. And then if you could really get funky, you could put Hakaporti at the 5 and you could put Towns at the 4. With OG Anunoby at the 3, Bridges at the 2, Brunson at the 1. You can do that. These are lineups you can do. So I try it. Because it's size. You got 2 7-footers out there, basically. Then you got Bridges at 6'6", 6'7" at the 2. Then you got OG Anunoby at 6'8". Then Brunson over there at the 2. Excuse me, at the point. Come on, man. For certain lineups. That's what I'm saying. Look at the size out there, man. So once again, this ain't like, and I get mad at the fact when people say, "Oh, these guys are just this." They're not. It's just like KG said. I played it for you guys yesterday. He said, "Yo, man," he said to Paul Pierce, he said, "Yo, they got a jersey on. They earned the right to win here. They went to training camp. They did all this stuff. They got a jersey on, my man. See me, dude. Tell me these dudes is bumps." They know these guys ain't stupid. They know these coaches be talking out there. You know what, man? These kids don't stink. It's just, are you putting them in the right situation to prevail? That's why yesterday on my show, what did I talk about? I talked about Peyton Pritchard, right? And how well he's doing in Boston. How Udoka gave him a chance. He put him in the right situation to succeed. You could do the same for Tyler Kolek. Tyler Kolek was a better player in college than Peyton Pritchard. So to me, it's up to just the coach. But trust me, he hears the chirping. So that's why he pretty much make the decision to kind of switch some things up. But I'm just saying as far as lineups go, because I like the size that Hakaporti brings. I really do. And so for me, you can't really compete with that. Like, that's what it is. You get 2 bigs out there who could rebound, who could, you know what I mean? So come on, man. I don't think this is hard at all. This Grover says that's the problem with the Knicks Nation sometimes. Tibbs throws the end of the bench out there with 2 minutes. They don't do one. Everybody laughs at them and calls them bums. Yeah, that's insane, man. That's insane. Yo, Knicks 100 GM, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Big win for the boys, 119 to 110. The captain, 34.6 assists. Knicks 100 GM said, how much does that rookie who missed the game average? What rookie? Yo, Knicks 100 GM, man. I see you, man. I see you. You a slide dog, man. You a slide dog. You talking about Ricochet. Yeah, he nice. He nice. He get busy. I know you're talking about. He's talking about they rookie, a Ricochet. First round pick. Yeah, he nice. He get busy. But Knicks 100 GM, he didn't do nothing the last time we played him. He played good in the first game. Last game, he didn't do nothing, man. We had him on smash. DeAndre Hunter got busy in that second game. He was the one that scorched us. And he scorched us again tonight coming up that bench. We have nobody that can guard him, and he's big. He's 6'8", man. And by the time OG Anunoby get on him, he's already tired. So, you know, I'm not really too worried about him. This Grover said delivery set up to fail. Not agreed, man. Agreed. And that's my frustration, Dick Grover. That's my frustration with that. Ooh, there you go. Listen, he came in here late. He said, got a better question for you. Are you happy with Cat playing? I'm glad you're here, sir. I mentioned this earlier. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I think they need to send him to get that fixed. They said he could play and he doesn't need surgery. And the reality is this: what is he going to do during the offseason? He's going to get surgery on that thumb. So if he don't need surgery, he should go get it. So if it's a fracture, go get it done. But this is why I was beefing the way that I was about Tibbs making sure he gets these guys ready just in case something like this. Because that's a bang fluke play. He just went up for a dunk and slammed his thumb against the rim. You can't plan for that. It happens. But what you can plan for is making sure that you got backup plans. So that's why you should have been prepping Akaporte. You should have been prepping him. Because Akaporte's been getting busy when he get out there. Disc Grover mentioned it earlier, how well he played against them in that Nets game. We surveyed 100 people, man. I appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 119 to 110. Mikal Bridges, 26 points, 4 assists. So no, I'm not happy that he's playing because he's hurt, man. He's hurt. So why are you forcing the kid to play? You know what I mean? You know why you forcing him to play? Because you don't got no other options, Tibbs. Because you don't play this your hand wrong and you sitting around waiting for Mitch. So you're playing Russian roulette with these guys, waiting for Mitch to come back instead of saying, let me develop some players just in case. And so that's why this is shaky, man. This is shaky. You got to be real careful with that. Next on the Jeff said we won the game, so it's quiet. But if the numbers are like this, which I think they will, we surveyed 100 people. Said, tell me how Shamet took his first free throws of the season tonight. We need more bench players that can take it to the rim. Agreed. I thought Shamet was solid tonight. But I think he needs more minutes. I think he needs that. Excuse me. Let me correct that. Not that he needs more minutes, but this has got to be consistent for him. He's got to be getting anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes a night. Of course, based on how he plays, right? But he's got to play every night. He's got to play. You can't not play this guy. You got to play him every night. That's how you're going to see the results. Just like Cam Payne's playing every game now. He's playing well, but he was playing well before. And then Tibbs stopped playing him. So once again, I don't know why. You know what I mean? So you got to keep playing these guys, man. You got to keep playing these guys. You got to. That's the only way guys are going to get better. So I don't know, man. Listen, we'll see, but but it is frustrating. It is. I can't even sit here and try to act like it's I'm cool with certain things. No, it's extremely frustrating, man. Because I think we do have talent. I think we do have guys that can, play and play well. But they're gonna they need opportunities to do so. This Grover says Shamet is gun shy about shooting now because I guarantee you Tibbs grilled the daylights out of him after bricking those threes just coming back. Yeah, man. See but that's the problem though, man. We're pros. It shouldn't matter, man. It shouldn't matter. Nick Cam's off and on. That's who he is. Yeah, but Nick's 100 GM. He's off and on. That's cool, but you got to still play him. You don't just bench a guy just because he had a bad night. That doesn't make any sense. This Grover says also Cam deserves more minutes too. How much he played tonight? 12? How much you want to give him? You want to give him like 5 more minutes? 17, 20? BQ from BK says Shamet plays like Grimes, always in 5th gear. He needs to settle down and take his time. His is different though, man. Grimes, you could tell, was playing tight. I don't get that from Shamet. I think that's who Shamet is. I think Grimes was playing tight. Even when he shot his jump shot, it didn't look fluid. You could tell he was under pressure. This Grover said Tibbs always be pulling him for JB, man, when he's not. Yeah, man. That's typical tips, man. Typical tips. All right, people, listen, let me get up out of here. Listen, I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me tonight, man, on MLK Day. Big win for the boys. 119 to 110. I will be back tomorrow to discuss the Brooklyn Nets game. Take care of them little brothers across the river, man. You know, because once again, like I said to you guys before, they're renting space. They're really from New Jersey, man. So they renting space over here in the city. So let's take care of them, knock them out real quick, and go to 29-16. So let's try to get that win. All right, but listen, that's my show. Listen, I will be back tomorrow. So please come through and check it out. All right, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people, right? Also, too, if it's your first time coming through, rocking with me, please subscribe to the channel. If it's, also too, if you're kind of watching this on replay, please leave comments because I do respond to comments. All right, people, but listen, I'll be back tomorrow, so please come through and check it out. All right, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people.